After finding a coin, a girl rushes to Hotel Mythos and uses it on a vending machine. Moments later, a man comes out of the vending machine and thanks her for finding the coin. Shuichi Kagaya is with the school academic advisor where he turns in the school recommendation for a prestigious college. He tells the advisor that he needs more time to think about it. Being with his classmates, he mentions he didn't get the recommendation, and they assume he got denied. After class, Nana Mifune approaches Shuichi, telling him she got the college recommendation and her mother was quite happy about it. Nana had realized Shuichi should have gotten the recommendation, but Shuichi assures her she got it because of her skill. Having trouble falling asleep, Shuichi went out to get a drink and play a game on his phone. He then smells a fire and sees it in the distance. Getting close, he smells a person inside and transforms into a dog mascot beast. Finding the girl inside the garage, he punches the brick wall and carries her outside to safety. As he can't reveal he is a monster, he leaves her on the ground and leaves before the fire trucks arrive. The girl then wakes up and sees Shuichi's phone next to her. In the morning, Shuichi couldn't find his phone, and as he heads towards school, he worries that the police may find it and end up finding out he is a monster. But as he arrives at school, the girl he saved appears holding his phone and knowing he is a monster. Later, they meet on the school roof, where Shuichi pretends he doesn't know what she means by monster. She decides to play along and returns his phone, but as he takes it, she pushes him from the edge. Having no choice, Shuichi transforms to survive the fall. The girl then takes a picture of him and Shuichi jumps back on the roof. She wants to know more about his monster form, but Shuichi explains he just transformed one day and doesn't know anything else. After school, while walking together, she introduces herself as Claire Aoki and shows a gold coin, but Shuichi doesn't know anything about it. Going to her apartment, Claire changes clothes and tells Shuichi he needs to do what she asks him from now on, and that he ruined her suicide. She had told people about the monsters, but no one believed her, but now she had found one herself. Shuichi then sees a girl on the balcony. As she enters, Claire tells him she is an enemy, but before he could react, the girl attacks him. The girl demands the coin from Claire. As she wonders about the purpose of the coin, the girl explains you gain power in exchange for everything else. Shuichi then stands up and transforms, capturing the girl who, after realizing they are collectors too, transforms into a monster herself. She then frees herself and kicks Shuichi. Hikawa had found a golden coin and later heard some first year's talk about a weird vending machine. As Hikawa wasn't going to qualify for the national tournament, she went to the vending machine and after using the coin, an alien came out thanking her for finding his coin and granting her a wish. Hikawa then became faster than her teammates, but her arms and legs transformed. Realizing she wouldn't be able to compete like this, she went looking for another coin. She wasn't able to find one, but saw Claire holding one and followed her and Shuichi to Claire's apartment. Hikawa beats Shuichi, telling him that she only planned to take the coin, but as they saw her face, she may need to kill them. Claire pepper sprays Hikawa and wants Shuichi to fight her, but Shuichi uses the opportunity to escape with Claire. Shuichi wonders how Claire knew Hikawa was an enemy, and Claire explains it's only natural when someone appears that way on your balcony to be an enemy. She explains that Hikawa knows their faces and where Claire lives and will be trying to kill them. Claire sees a zipper on Shuichi's back that even he didn't know about. She thinks there is meaning behind it, believing his true power may be inside. But as she opens it up, she is surprised that there is nothing inside of Shuichi. Claire then figures that she can enter inside of him and become one, and convinces Shuichi about it. As she enters, both sense the feelings of the other, their hatred, anger, and anxiety. Hikawa finds them and wonders where Claire went and starts unleashing a series of kicks on Shuichi. Claire finally gets used to controlling Shuichi's body and starts fighting back, easily overpowering Hikawa. She grabs Hikawa's leg and threatens her she will break it unless Hikawa tells her more about the coin and what to do with it. Hikawa realizes that it is Claire's voice, but refuses to answer her. Claire then twists and breaks Hikawa's leg. Claire then lifts Hikawa by the head and points Shuichi's gun at her back and shoots, killing Hikawa. A week passes and Shuichi had continued his normal life, like nothing had happened. Claire calls Shuichi to talk and tells him that since nothing had happened, no one knows about their identities. She recalls the sensation and feelings she had while in Shuichi. He didn't want to do anything with her anymore, but she wonders if Shuichi can fight on his own, as she is sure there are more monsters like them, and he is too kind. She believes that if they are together, they can defeat anyone. Claire knows that things will only become worse from here on, and promises Shuichi that if something happens to him, she will die with him. Shuichi suggests he wants to die now, and Claire goes and jumps from a high place, but Shuichi manages to catch her. Claire tells Shuichi she's looking for her sister, who is a monster like him and had disappeared after killing their parents. Half a year earlier, the alien speaks with Elena Aoki, asking for her help in finding the coins and promising to grant her any wish. Elena wonders if she can use her wish on someone else, and the alien thinks she can. That excites Elena, as there is someone she wants to be with. The alien holds a coin and reconfirms that machines can't perceive them, but only humans. He knows the people of this planet are good and is sure they will help him find all the coins. At Claire's place, she tells Shuichi that they need to figure out what they are capable of while they are one. She starts taking her clothes off, wanting to go inside of Shuichi, but she wonders why she needs to be naked. Claire tells him it's too hot inside of him, and if she has clothes, they will get all drenched. Shuichi forces her to use a swimsuit, as it's a clothing that will be easy to wash. As she enters inside of him, they start experimenting with movements, and Claire figures out she has more control of Shuichi's body than himself, as she is able to prevent his movements. Later, Shuichi cleans Claire's place and washes her dishes. Claire shows clothing of her sister, as while she was inside of Shuichi, she realized he had a powerful sense of smell. She reveals that while she didn't see her sister kill their parents when returning home, she saw their corpses being next to her sister, who was now a monster. Shuichi smells the blood of many people from Elena's clothing and is terrified. He realizes that her sister indeed had killed their parents. Shuichi suggests they go look for her sister, and they go buy some food supplies first. Shuichi asks Claire what she will do if they find Elena, and Claire tells him she wants to ask why she had turned into a monster and why did she kill their parents. They spend a couple of days trying to pick up the smell of her sister, as Claire figured someone must help her sister. When they were about to give up for the day, a girl gets off the train, and Shuichi instantly picks up Elena's smell. Checking her out, Claire confirms it's her sister and not a classmate of hers. Claire enters Shuichi, wanting to first shoot her sister and then capture her while she can't move. Claire tells Shuichi to aim for the legs and she will pull the trigger, but when Elena is in range, Shuichi realizes Claire wants to kill her and interferes, making Claire miss her shot. In that instant, Elena transforms and gets behind Shuichi, making him realize he is nothing compared to her strength. Elena then transforms back to human and starts apologizing and not being sure what to talk about. Elena realizes he had come to kill her and asks they go somewhere else where they won't bother other people. Elena says she knows who he is and understands why he wants to kill her, and it's all her fault. Claire thinks Elena had realized she is inside of Shuichi, but as Elena apologizes to Shuichi, she understands Elena wasn't talking to her. Elena then explains she made Shuichi into a monster, making Claire wonder what she means. But as Claire had spoken, Elena realizes a girl is inside Shuichi. Her anger overtakes her and she rips off Shuichi's head, telling the girl to get out as that place belongs to her. Elena rips Shuichi's head in anger, realizing what she did. She starts to apologize and calls Shuichi to see if he is still alive. Claire Aoki pulls Shuichi's gun and shoots at Elena, but the bullets go through Elena, who then easily defeats Claire. As Elena calms, she realizes it's Claire and wonders why she is inside of Shuichi. Claire explains it's to kill her and wonders why Elena killed their parents. Elena tells her that their father was a legislator who had done bad things behind the scenes, and their mother had an affair with a younger man, and that even Claire had said she will kill them one day. So Elena did it for her. Elena tells her she is not weak anymore, and she will protect her now. She asks her if she kept the coin she gave her, and as Claire said she didn't, Alina gives her another and tells her about the abandoned motel. Alina then receives a phone call and needs to leave. As it was getting dark, Claire tells Shuichi that she will keep her promise and points his gun at her head, but Shuichi then speaks, telling her not to do it. Later, Claire and Shuichi go to the abandoned hotel and they meet the alien. Claire wants him to fix Shuichi, and after he looks at Shuichi, he tells them he can, but needs the coin. He uses the coin at the vending machine and gives Shuichi a drink. While waiting for Shuichi to heal, Claire comes out and the alien comments she has a nice body. Normally, his species don't have a physical body, but as he currently has taken a male human body, he feels attracted to Claire, but she hits him as he tries to touch her. To prove he is not bad, the alien wants a pubic hair, but as Claire refuses, he brings out a hair he snatched from her head. He then eats the hair and turns into a complete copy of Claire. The alien explains he changed Shuichi's body with similar medicine to the one he drank a few minutes ago, and that he isn't a monster, but he is his ideal form, the one he desired. Shuichi has no memories of drinking the medicine and states he never wanted to take that form. Claire accepts that he is an alien and tells him to change his appearance. When Shuichi is fully healed, Claire hugs him. The alien then explains that his species turned their minds and knowledge into data. The coins, as physical forms, became a nuisance during long space travel. Their ship broke and crashed on Earth, spreading the coins. As he doesn't have the expertise to repair the ship and find his friends, he wants people to become collectors and gather them for him. As compensation, when they get one coin, they can use the medicine and transform. And when they gather 100 coins, they can do something amazing, suggesting they can turn into overpowered comic characters. Claire wants information on her sister, the one that gave Shuichi the medicine, but the alien acts like he doesn't know anything, as he doesn't want to reveal personal information about anyone. Going back home, Claire comments it will be hard to find the connection between Shuichi and Elena, but Shuichi then stops her, telling her she can't use the coin, and as things get worse, she will eventually die. Claire tells him that her life is better now, even before her parents died. She was at her worst when her parents died and her sister disappeared, as no one had believed her. But as she met Shuichi, everything changed and she found her place inside of him. At school, Shuichi bumps into some other students who want an apology from him, but Shuichi then grabs the student's arm, almost breaking it. Abukawa shows up, greeting Shuichi, and diffuses the situation. On the roof, Shuichi smells Nanamafune coming up, who wants to return his notebook. Shuichi asks her what she will do if the world was going to end today, as someone bad gets so much power that he can destroy the planet. Nana explains she will be worried about her family and friends, so she will try to stop the bad guy. Shuichi confirms that's the normal thing to do, and then leaves. A woman walks into the forest looking for coins, as she believes it would be hard for her to find any in the town. She reaches a more open area, but then Madoka and his group show up. He realizes she is a collector and gives her a choice, to die or help him find coins. As she chooses neither, Madoka jumps and attacks her. Claire and Shuichi head deep into the forest. Claire comments that it's unlikely they would meet any people, and being this deep, they can assume they are monsters. Shuichi wonders what they will do if they indeed meet someone, and Claire comments it would be ideal if they attack first, before the monster notices them. She knows that Shuichi is against it, and comments that they won't last long if they fight every person they meet. They also need information on how many collectors there are and where the coins were found. She also tells him that he needs to transform immediately if they meet a monster, as they don't know if it's evil or not and need to protect their real identity. As they go, Shuichi smells someone, commenting it's about 200 meters away, and Claire takes off her clothes and enters Shuichi. They go and face the monster, and seeing it up close, Shuichi realizes how scary it is. The man comments that this is the first time an enemy approached him, as usually upon seeing him, they run. Claire says that she isn't an enemy and just wants to talk, but the man tells her he doesn't really know much about the coins, as he isn't there for the coins. He explains that he wanted strength from the alien, but as he became too strong, normal humans were no match for him, so he came here wanting to know how strong he is. As he approaches, Shuichi tries to punch him, but he blocks and comments that a normal human would have died from that. Claire then takes over and manages to land a hit, but it didn't have any effect. She tells him that it's obvious he is strong and that she isn't collecting the coins with a particular goal, but to prevent someone dangerous from obtaining them. The man then wonders how she can prove that she isn't one of those dangerous ones. Claire then takes out Shuichi's gun and shoots, but the man blocks it, stating that he now knows he can block bullets, and realizing this wasn't a normal gun, if he didn't block it properly, he would have died. As thanks for aiming to kill him, he undoes his transformation and introduces himself as Tadanori Sanbei. Tadanori then prepares for an attack and comments that he learned a variety of martial arts, but as they were not fit for his body, he had to come up with his own martial arts. He bends backwards and then unleashes an attack, cutting the ground, but giving Shuichi a chance to escape. Tadanori goes to look out for Claire, but then Shuichi comes and grabs him. He guesses that Claire wants to measure her strength again and feels disappointed. Tadanori prepares to kill Shuichi, but then Claire appears behind him pointing the gun. Tadanori then wonders who the woman is and realizes it's the same voice he heard from the monster. Tadanori is impressed by how the table has turned and realizes he won't be able to shake off Shuichi before she fatally shoots him. He wonders if Shuichi is a doll that she controls, but then Shuichi tells him to admit defeat, which makes Tadanori realize they are two. Tadanori realizes that if Claire is a normal girl and she shoots that powerful gun, it may kill her. Seeing her eyes, he realizes she is determined to do so and admits defeat and undoes his transformation. Tadanori then states that they put their lives on the line, and as he lost, he tells them to kill him, but Claire states she gains nothing from killing him. She tells him to give her his phone, but Tadanori states he doesn't have one as it isn't manly. Another monster then appears, Pseudo, and he also wants their names and addresses. He tells them to not run as he had taken a picture of them. Pseudo tells them that they are his slaves from now on. But Tadanori then stands up and transforms, stating that Pseudo is obviously low-life scum and kills him in an instant, stating he has no regrets doing so. Claire starts to laugh, saying that Tadanori was so powerful, she got scared for a moment thinking all monsters were as powerful as him. Claire tells him he needs to help them find coins, and that way he will have more chances to test his strength, which Tadanori accepts. Tadanori wonders what their relationship is, and Shuichi explains that he turns into a costume and she enters inside of him. He then asks if it was her idea to split, but Claire says it was Shuichi's idea as he told her to run away while he became the bait. Hearing that, Tadanori states that Shuichi is a real man and decides to join them. Sayaka addresses her group, explaining their purpose in collecting coins to negotiate with the alien and bring an end to this sinister game. She then introduces Claire as their newest member, currently inhabiting Shuichi's body. A few days earlier, Claire contacts Ikeuchi, obtaining his number from Pseudo, and reveals her knowledge of Pseudo's blackmailing of him. Alongside this revelation, she sends Ikeuchi a photograph of Pseudo's deceased body and expresses her desire to join their group. Shuichi wonders if she divulged information about Tadanori, but she refrains, as Tadanori had promised to assist only her and Shuichi, not others. Claire seeks to align with Ikeuchi's group for information and speculates that her sister may also have a group somewhere in the mountains. In the present, Sayaka instructs Claire to return to her normal human form to formalize their pact, essential for her full integration into the group. Claire agrees, stipulating that she alone will make the pact as she harbors no secrets. Exiting Shuichi's body, Claire reveals him as the Collector and states her willingness to join them if they prove trustworthy. En route to another room, Claire remarks on transformations within the group, noting some wear masks to conceal their identities. Sayaka confirms that one member does not disguise their transformation, prompting Claire to speculate on the nature of transformations, suggesting that some may change from less attractive real-life appearances to more appealing ones in the game. Upon entering the room, Sayaka reveals her ability to enforce secrecy and removes her mask. Claire questions how they can ensure the safety of their secrets and whether Ikeuchi has disclosed everything, but Sayaka assures her that Ikyuchi has remained silent. Sayaka questions why a normal human would collect coins, and Claire shows her a picture of her sister, Elena, describing her as a monster who murdered their parents. Sayaka recognizes Elena and promises to share more if Claire agrees to the pact. As Claire consents, she wonders why Sayaka resembles a human. Sayaka recounts a past love affair with a teacher whose public exposure led to tragedy when the teacher committed suicide. Meanwhile, Chihiro approaches Shuichi and asks to pet him, to which he acquiesces. As she pets him, Chihiro praises his kindness, explaining her ability to interpret animal emotions. Wondering about Claire, Shuichi inquires, but Chihiro declines to reveal her friend's secret and instead discusses her own reasons for collecting coins. Shuichi queries her motivations, and Chihiro explains her concerns about the misuse of the alien's powers and the potential danger to loved ones. Aware of Shuichi's keen sense of smell, Chihiro requests his assistance in locating her wallet lost in the mountains, fearing it might fall into the wrong hands. Venturing out in search of Chihiro's wallet, they soon pause as Chihiro admits her limited stamina even in her transformed state. Surprising Shuichi with her current transformation, Chihiro removes her helmet, revealing animal ears. She explains her aspiration to understand animals as a veterinarian without becoming one herself. Shuichi assures her of his ability to find the wallet alone, although her scent initially distracts him. Chihiro proposes entering Shuichi to eliminate her sense interference and improve their efficiency. Despite concerns about soiling her clothes, she removes them and merges with Shuichi, an act observed in secret by Ikyuchi, who finds their interaction unsettling. Sayaka presents Claire with a choker made from her hair, instructing her to wear it around her neck. Once worn, it will seamlessly meld and become invisible, serving as a safeguard against any potential betrayal or disclosure of secrets. Sayaka attributes Claire's unique transformation and abilities to her attentive listening to the alien and her clear goals. Later, while handling Chihiro's discarded clothes, Shuichi notices her underwear and realizes she is currently unclothed inside him. Chihiro acknowledges his earlier comment about avoiding soiling her clothes, teasingly noting his apparent satisfaction with her nudity. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Subaru discovers Chihiro's lost wallet, feeling fortunate about the find. Claire makes a pact with Sayaka, after which she wants Sayaka to tell her about Elena. Sayaka explains that after the incident with the teacher, she changed schools and Elena was from her class. Sayaka was distancing from others, but Elena was nice and always tried to talk to her, and because of that, Sayaka finds it hard to believe that Elena had killed their parents and countless others. Subaru finds a wallet, but it only has 2,000 yen. Naoto tells him to toss it as they have a bigger goal, but that only annoys Subaru for trying to order him around, and he decides to leave back home. Meanwhile, Shuichi and Chihiro are looking for her wallet. Chihiro comments that Shuichi mentioned there are dangerous people in the mountain, and if he had met some, and what would they have to do? Shuichi explains that on the first day he met Claire, a dangerous woman attacked them and he had to kill her. Chihiro can't believe that Shuichi had killed someone and guesses it was Claire, but Shuichi blames himself as he didn't stop Claire. Shuichi then picks the smell of Elena and his group and that Chihiro's wallet is with them. He realizes that they are much stronger than them, but as Chihiro starts to panic on what to do, Shuichi decides to fight them. Sayaka introduces Claire as their new member, and Yoda Murakami quickly introduces himself, but Claire wonders where Shuichi is. They tell her that he left with Chihiro, and seeing Ikyuchi mumbling something, she goes to him and asks him about Shuichi. Ikyuchi shows the video he recorded of them and explains where he last saw them. Claire decides to go look for Shuichi, and Sayaka tells her that it's been some time since they left, so something may have happened and they will come with her to look for them. She comments that they have one strong fighter and asks Yoda if he is okay with this. Hearing that, Claire is surprised as she thought he was an ugly guy turning handsome. Sayaka explains that's what Claire herself suggested, but they don't reveal secrets of their allies. Shuichi reaches a point where the scents split and the one with the wallet continued alone. He thinks that this may work, but in that moment Subaru appears behind him and realizes that Shuichi thought he was a kid. Subaru gets annoyed and uses his power, creating his parents and grabbing and crushing Shuichi with Chihiro inside. Yoda and Claire are looking for Shuichi and Chihiro. Yoda asks Claire out, but she declines. She wonders why wasn't he hiding his face when they met, and Yoda explains that he doesn't have a family, so there was nothing to protect. She comments, he looked timid when they met, and Yoda explains that he was worried as he was the only fighter in the group and if he would be able to protect them if something happened. She tells him that there are many dangerous monsters in the mountain, but he doesn't have the same smell as them. Yoda wonders why she joined a weak group, and Claire explains that any group would have been fine, as she needed information and she thought she could use them. Meanwhile, Subaru feels disappointed and attempts to leave, but Shuichi then stands up, commenting that they are frustrated on how weak they are. Chihiro and Shuichi then start merging and transform and release a cry. Elena hears it and decides to go check on Subaru. Subaru engages Shuichi and Chihiro, but they are faster and manage to avoid his first attack. Shuichi and Chihiro realize they are no longer themselves and know everything about the other person. They keep fighting and break the fingers of Subaru's parents, opening his defense. They take out 2 guns and prepare to kill Subaru, but in that moment, Elena appears and stops both. Elena tells Subaru that he has a more important role and he releases his transformation. Shuichi sees Elena and wants to kill her, but Chihiro also feels she knows her. She realizes it's Shuichi that knows her and sees memories of them together. Chihiro then stops Shuichi and they lose consciousness. Elena and Subaru leave, and Subaru wonders if Elena knew those two, but she denies it. He tells her to not get in his way again, as she won't be able to stop him. She tells him he can try, but even if she is killed, she won't be allowed to die until this is all over. Claire and Yoda reach the place where Shuichi and Subaru fought, and she finds Shuichi and Chihiro inside of him. The alien has a dream, recalling how Elena came with a coin and commented that there was someone she wanted to be with. Shuichi dreams on his first day at Yamada Cram School. He had brought some pre-made food, and the teacher tells him she can teach him some simple recipes if he wants. The other kids come, and the teacher prepares to introduce him. Claire then wakes up Shuichi, and he wonders what that weird dream was. Shuichi wonders about Chihiro, and she reveals she is hiding in the bushes as she is unclothed. Yoda comes and gives Chihiro her clothes and tells her he also found her wallet. Back at their base, Shuichi forms a pact with Sayaka, but both Shuichi and Chihiro say that they have no memories of what happened. Shuichi explains that the last thing he remembers was them being crushed by a boy, and Ikuchi blames him for putting Chihiro into danger. Yoda defends him, saying that he likes Shuichi as he didn't abandon his friends. Isao Kasuga undoes his transformation and introduces himself. Yoda explains that he has a cool ability that allows him to create plant life at will. Isao remembers seeing Shuichi when he was younger with his friends as they went to Yamada Cram School. Shuichi states that he was the only student there and didn't have friends to hang out with, so Isao may be confusing him with someone else. Yoda then introduces Miku Aihara, revealing that she can turn invisible at will and her ability is quite useful. As Shuichi and Claire wonder from where they have seen her, Miku gives them a hint and they realize she works at a convenience store they visited. Sayaka then introduces herself as the leader of the group. Sayaka guesses that Shuichi and Chihiro were grabbed by that boy, but passed out as another one came fighting with the boy, and their lives were spared. As the group showed their powers, Claire decides that Shuichi also reveal his powers. Outside, Isao creates a big tree, and Shuichi and Claire attack it and easily cut it down. Later, Claire confronts Chihiro and guesses she remembers what happened, but Chihiro wonders if she is upset that she entered Shuichi. Claire explains that Shuichi needs her and she can't be replaced, as without her, Shuichi can't fight or hurt others. Chihiro then comments that they are completely different, and that's why she would never be one with Shuichi. Later, Claire asks Shuichi with who he felt better, but Shuichi can't answer. Going home, Claire is sure that Chihiro lied and wonders what she meant by becoming one. Unable to fall asleep, Shuichi goes out for a walk. He sees Abukawa, who was burying a dead dog. Shuichi sees injuries on the dog that reminds him of a dead animal from before. As he helped him out, they went to some friends of Abukawa, and Shuichi felt Abukawa was acting differently than he knows him. On the next day, Shuichi helps Nana with her bike and then feels Ikuchi is watching him. He goes to him and Ikuchi tells him that he knows they didn't kill Sudo as his body was cut while Shuichi showcased different power yesterday. Shuichi confirms and states that they found his dead body. Shuichi realizes his power is not for him but for someone else. Chihiro calls Elena, telling her that she is friends with Shuichi. Elena wonders if she was the one that was one with Shuichi, and Chihiro realizes Elena knows what that was. She explains they became one and shared body and memories, and Elena tells her that is Shuichi's special power, that he joins with someone and their strength is combined, allowing them to exceed their limits and reach their goal as long as the two have same goal. Elena wonders how Chihiro had her number as she didn't give it even to Claire. Chihiro tells her she got it from Shuichi, which angers Elena as she believes there is no way Shuichi remembers it. Chihiro then explains that when they became one, she saw her number and a shadow that was erased from his memories. She realized that Elena is that shadow, and it's irreplaceable for Shuichi, and asks her to help them end this conflict. Elena asks her how many collectors she had encountered, and what if someone already had obtained 100 coins and the world is on the brink of destruction. She tells her she can't join them as she and Shuichi have different goals now. Elena's group then comes to her, and Sakuma comments he heard that she failed to kill a collector, but Elena confirms that she hasn't forgotten her role and will kill anyone that gets in their way. On the next day, Sayaka's group head into the mountains. She explains they have gathered only 5 coins, but mapping out the first coins they found, it creates a path towards the mountain at where the alien spaceship crashed, and there they would be able to collect 100 coins. They reach a stone with a turf marking, and Sayaka believes it's a warning that if they pass it, they will be attacked. Sayaka tells Ikuchi to show a video he took, and he shows a video of enemies he recorded. Claire is surprised how he went in and out that deep in their territory, and Ikuchi recalls how Sudo found him out. Sayaka decides they go around as they are after the coins and not there to fight, and sends Ikuchi scouting ahead. They take a break, and Isao grows some watermelons for them to eat. Chihiro wants to tell everyone that there is someone with 100 coins already, but before she does, they continue on their way. Claire realizes something and explains that this route is dangerous, as if the other group wanted to claim territories to search for the coins. They wouldn't choose a dark forest, but a more open place like the riverside. She suspects that this is a trap, and the markings are only there to fool and guide the weaker collectors into a trap. At that moment, they see a group standing on a cliff and decide to run away. The other group, led by Madoka, realizes they have been seen, and Taguchi thinks since they aren't that small group, they may lose some people. But Madoka tells him they are fools and they just need to capture one and threaten him nicely, and others will obey. Morita gets excited and runs ahead and quickly catches up to them. Claire realizes he may be stalling until his group comes and engages him with Shuichi, but he manages to stop them and knock them down. Morita then captures Sayaka and warns the rest to not move, or he will kill her. He explains they are not trying to rule the world or destroy the human race, but want to live a free and happy life. Morita tells them to hand over the coins and join them, and then throws out the head of a woman who wandered into their territory, explaining that their boss is quite strong. Yoda comments that the woman was beautiful and was his type. He explains he doesn't like to fight and had to drop out of school as he injured someone badly. As he transforms, Shuichi realizes he was wrong and that Yoda was someone strong. Yoda then jumps in and saves Sayaka and proceeds to easily beat Morita. Madoka reaches Morita and asks Hanakawa to look for the other group. Hanakawa sees they are 500 meters ahead. They see Morita is badly injured with a broken jaw, and the group starts suggesting they just kill him as they never liked him. Madoka says that they are all idiots and that he is the one getting the coins, so he needs to show them why he is meant to be the boss. He takes out one of his teeth and tells them that Morita's pain is his pain, and he will never abandon him or any of his other men, no matter how rotten they are. Isao grows some trees to block their path and buy some time. But then Madoka, in his monster form, bursts through them and punches Isao. He is about to kill him, thinking he was the one that hurt Morita, but Yoda jumps in and states it was him, but his punch has no effect on Madoka. Madoka then sees Claire entering Shuichi and heads towards their way, knocking Yoda and wondering what Shuichi was. Madoka asks Shuichi what he is as he saw a girl entering inside of him. As he gets closer and tries to open his zip, Shuichi and Claire shoot him from up close. But Madoka grabs the gun and points it at Chihiro, but as he is about to shoot, Shuichi undoes his transformation, and Madoka realizes they were two. His group then arrives and surrounds them. Madoka undoes his transformation and tells them to start gathering coins for him, and with the power he will obtain, he will grant them any wish. He tells them that since they messed up with Morita, one of them has to die and will let them choose which one. Otherwise, he will kill all of them. Claire asks, what will Madoka do if one of the two guys he punched ends up being dead? But Madoka still tells them they will need to pick one as a rite of passage to make them shitheads like them. But as a reward for the good question, Madoka tells Claire he will not kill her as he feels she is one of them already. Madoka then leaves to let them choose by themselves. Isao and Yoda are alive, and Yoda says they need to fight, but Ikuchi states they don't have a chance. Claire agrees with Ikuchi that if they fight, they will be killed and need to choose a sacrifice, and comments how brave Ikuchi is. Ikuchi then starts to realize they may choose him as a sacrifice. Miku proposes that she can turn invisible and kill Madoka while he isn't transformed. Claire likes the idea, but thinks it may not work if they have someone like Ikuchi in their group. Claire then approaches Isao and asks him to grow the flowers she gave him in order to save everyone. As he does, she thanks him and he leaves speechless and heads to the others to tell them that they will be escaping. Claire tells Shuichi that he can't help, but he doesn't want to let her bear all the burden, making her realize that even the most pure-hearted person can turn ruthless when he takes action for the sake of another. Hanakawa informs Madoka that Sayaka's group is running, and Ikuchi approaches them asking Madoka for him and Chihiro to join them. Madoka then sees fire in the forest. Isao explains that the flower is oleander, but it has strong poison that also stays in its smoke when burnt. Ikuchi tries to explain what Isao and Claire did, but at that moment, Sayaka's choker activates and kills him. Madoka and his group head after Sayaka's, but soon some of his men start to fall, feeling nauseous. Madoka sees a flower and starts to wonder if it's poisonous. As the fire grows, Madoka tells Taguchi and the rest to continue, while he stays and saves the rest as he promised to never leave them behind. Claire and the rest manage to escape, and Claire explains that if Madoka came directly for them, they would have been killed by him, but she bet he will try to save his men. Sayaka comments that Claire starts to scare her and thought she could trust her, but now has no idea what she is thinking. Claire says that she couldn't figure out why her sister gave her a coin, but after meeting Shuichi, she kind of feels she knows now. She couldn't bear the weight of her crimes, but also couldn't run away from them. Claire thinks she is the only one that can save her sister. Elena meets with the alien, who asks her how the coin search is going, and tells her that her sister and Shuichi visited him recently. Elena thought he may have told them about her, but the alien explains that he wouldn't do that, and is impressed by how they use their powers. Elena transforms and states that if she kills him now, all this stupid conflict will go away, and he agrees that she may kill him as he is human now, but that won't stop the things that already happened. Claire believes they survived Madoka's group, but comments they don't know if some of them survived and that they may come after them. Sayaka finds it too dangerous to continue, and the group returns home for the day. Sayaka later talks with Miku and blames herself for leading the group into such a bloodbath. Isao and Yoda wonder how Shuichi and Claire were so calm, and Isao comments that Shuichi was weird as he definitely wasn't the only student at the cram school. Shuichi tells Claire that it's cruel, but he wishes that everyone from Madoka's group was dead, as that way they won't live in fear of being attacked one day. He feels that he needs to keep using his power to fight, and that feeling gets stronger with each passing day. The next day, Shuichi sees Chihiro at school and they go on the roof to talk. She wonders what someone may wish for if they get 100 coins, and Shuichi says that at first, he thought they may want all their wishes granted like with Madoka's group, but now he thinks if it's him, he won't use it that way. A few days pass and nothing happens, but Abukawa is absent. Eventually, his burned body is found near the riverbed in the mountain, and Shuichi realizes he lost a friend. Shuichi visits the alien and asks him if he knows why he chose that costume as power, and wonders if Elena is stopping him from telling him. The alien asks him if he wishes to drop from this coin hunt, and he can turn him to normal if he has a coin. Shuichi recalls what Sayaka and Madoka said, and even though they did things differently, they were aiming for something better. Shuichi tells the alien that he may look like a human but doesn't have feelings like them, and that he will collect 100 coins and end this game. The alien tells him that he is wrong about one thing, and that the game became something they didn't imagine, and he no longer can stop it. Shuichi realizes he is followed and goes to a car graveyard. Taguchi tells him that he heard what he said, but he doesn't care about collecting coins anymore and is there to avenge Madoka. Taguchi explains that 5 of them died in the forest, and the rest survived only because Madoka sacrificed himself. But now he is the only one left from the group as the rest left. Taguchi thinks that Claire was the one that killed Madoka, but Shuichi tells him he did it. Taguchi engages Shuichi, but Shuichi easily avoids his attacks and defeats him. Shuichi then asks him why Abukawa was with them, as he was too kind to be part of their group, but Taguchi says that Shuichi didn't know the real Abukawa. He was good friends with them, and he too died trying to save his friends. Claire calls Shuichi wondering where he is, and Taguchi comments it was clear that Claire was the one that killed Madoka. Shuichi says that everything is all right and then shoots Taguchi, who was still mumbling about avenging Madoka. The alien recalls a time he met Honoka. He explains that he crashed and she suggested he look for his friends, but he doesn't really feel like it. For giving him food, he offers her a body upgrade or granting her any wish, and Honoka then proposes that he ask humans to find his friends and offer them a reward like with a vending machine. He likes the idea and wants to grant her a wish as she brought up a coin for him. She shows a picture of her friends, commenting that they are all good and will help him. Elsewhere, some people find the spaceship. Kaito, one of Honoka's friends, appears and tells the group to leave as he won't let anyone have those coins. They decide to kill him, and he is relieved that they are evil as he still has some issues killing good people. He then summons Honoka, who swings her huge sword and kills them. Naoto tells Sakuma that there is someone who collected 100 coins and is currently guarding the spaceship, not letting anyone through. Naoto explains they formed this team to defeat him. Sakuma wonders why he knows so much about him, and Elena tells him that he was an old friend of theirs. A few months earlier, Naoto is with Kaito and tells him that Aiko has been acting weird lately, and sometimes it feels like she is a different person. Kaito comments that he hasn't seen Aiko and the rest for a while, and they recall their younger days at the Yamada Cram School where they used to play together. Naoto manages to gather everyone, but as Honoka was missing, Kaito wonders why she is late. Naoto and the rest then reveal that her father killed someone and got arrested. Things got difficult for her, and she disappeared one day. Kaito can't believe it and wonders why no one had told him before, but they apologize, saying that they knew he doesn't like gossip like that. Aiko tells everyone they should go to karaoke or something, and tells Kaito to forget about Honoka, as she didn't tell them either, and likely doesn't want anyone to look for her. Kaito couldn't forget her, and starts looking for her. He goes to the relatives that took her in, but learns that she disappeared from there too. As he wonders where Honoka can be, he recalls how Aiko twirled her hair like Honoka used to. He starts following Aiko, thinking that she knows something, and ends up meeting the alien. After talking with it, he calls Naoto, Elena, and Shuichi. Kaito reveals that Aiko is transformed Honoka, as that was her wish for the coin. The alien tells them to keep that a secret, otherwise people will come for him, and he will have to protect himself. Later, Kaito explains that Honoka loved Naoto and turned into Aiko to escape her life and gain everything Aiko had. As they can't go to the police, they need to make Honoka pay if she committed some crime. Kaito wonders where the real Aiko is, but Naoto tells him they need to leave things as they are, and Elena agrees and pushes Shuichi to agree too. Kaito follows Honoka to their old cram school and sees a grave, guessing that's Aiko and that she is indeed Honoka. She wonders how he knew, and he explains it was due to her hair twirling. He wonders if she can go back to who she used to be, but Honoka explains she can't, as Aiko doesn't exist anymore. Kaito then chokes and kills Honoka. Sometime later, Naoto tells Kaito that they had found Aiko's will and that Aiko had killed herself and Honoka didn't kill her. Kaito then wonders why he killed Honoka, shocking Naoto. Learning of Honoka's death, the alien recalls how she came one day and asked him to turn her into someone else, as a very dear friend of hers had died. As she saw helping others from being bullied, the bullies turned against her, and eventually that pushed her into killing herself. Honoka tells him that for now, only she knows she is dead, and as she was loved by everyone, she doesn't want everyone to get sad over her death, but no one would be sad if Honoka disappeared. Kaito realizes that Naoto, Elena, and Shuichi had realized that Aiko had killed herself, and that is why they were fine doing nothing and wanted things to continue the way they are. Everyone was fine with Honoka disappearing, but as he couldn't accept it, he had to kill Honoka. Kaito finds a coin and then goes to the alien. Naoto calls Elena and Shuichi as Kaito disappears. He tells them about a rumor about a glowing girl that asks them who she is, and if you can't tell her name, you are erased. Shuichi blames himself for keeping quiet and says they need to see if Kaito is plotting something, and if necessary, will use the coins to stop him. At present, Claire visits Yamada Cram School, wanting to learn more about Shuichi's past. She calls him moments before he shoots Taguchi, but he then stops answering his phone. Claire then sees a toy that looks exactly like Shuichi's monster form. Chihiro calls Elena, wanting to talk with her about something. Shuichi, Claire, and their allies locked in a fierce battle against their enemies. The intensity of the fight is palpable as both sides use their monstrous abilities to their fullest extent, demonstrating the high stakes surrounding the powerful coins they are fighting for. As the battle rages on, Shuichi and Claire showcase their exceptional teamwork. Claire, who is inside Shuichi's transformed body, strategizes and coordinates their moves, using their synergy to counter the enemy's attacks and turn the tide of the battle in their favor. Their bond is tested and strengthened through this intense confrontation. Amidst the chaos, Elena Aoki arrives, drawing the focus towards her. Her presence and the information she carries are crucial. Elena reveals significant details about the origins of the coins and the aliens who brought them to Earth. She explains that these aliens created the coins as part of a game, granting extraordinary powers to the humans who collect them. Her revelations provide much-needed context to the ongoing conflict and the stakes involved. Elena's words trigger a series of flashbacks in Shuichi, unlocking his lost memories. He recalls his past relationship with Elena, which had been erased from his mind. This emotional moment adds depth to Shuichi's character, as he grapples with the revelation that Elena was once a significant part of his life. The bond they shared and the reasons behind Elena's actions become clearer, adding layers to the narrative. As the battle reaches its climax, Shuichi undergoes a significant transformation, both physically and emotionally. The intense fight pushes him to new limits, enhancing his abilities and resolve. Shuichi and Claire, drawing on their strengthened bond, manage to hold their own against their formidable foes. The climax is charged with emotion and tension, as key characters face life or death situations. In the aftermath of the battle, there is a moment of calm where the characters reflect on what has transpired. Shuichi and Claire discuss the implications of the conflict and their uncertain future. They realize that while they have won this battle, the war is far from over. The mysteries surrounding the coins, the aliens, and their own powers remain unresolved. The episode concludes on an open-ended note, leaving several questions unanswered. The true nature of the coins, the aliens, and the full extent of Shuichi's and Claire's powers are still shrouded in mystery. This ending sets the stage for potential future episodes or seasons, maintaining an air of suspense and intrigue that keeps viewers engaged and eager for more. So this is all for today's video. It's your boy Shan Daniel signing off, and I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.